Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Hello. Good, how are you?
I'm better than last night.
Yes.
said, like, you should get on it. I know enough about her. No, no, not her. We should talk to Ron and see if we can do it.
Talk to Ron or Rick.
Bro, I'm a nasty comp. Like Thursday?
Good evening and welcome to tonight's tip-off tournament. We should recognize the importance of athletics to promote the physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being of individual players and their fans. And this is community high school students, not professionals. We encourage everyone in attendance to display the proper ideals of sportsmanship, ethical conduct, and fair play. Anyone not abiding by the rules set forth by the section will be subject to immediate ejection from the premises. Your help in following the rules will be greatly appreciated. Walton Central School
Alright, ready? I got it's about to take that game. Ball here. Walk out your way. Just like set a shooting.
That's probably exactly what they're going to say.
What's your game plan? Here we go.
5 on Lacey. Let the rest score.
That actually might happen. You could actually
I'd probably go 2 on Lacey. And then,
triangle and 2 on. Triangle and 2 on.
yeah.
He told me he did just a little shuffle. No, that was
Dylan, is that the end? She'd still split the double team, and then was like, you're also going to have to triangle.
my dad's I should go to the top. No, the ball's good. That's one we're done. Get back! Stop ball! Stop, higher! I swear to God. Her knees kind of bothering me. Just score. I came here to watch you score, not watch you score. Let's go! worked out well. She wants to do a workout. She's like, I want to She's like, I want to do a workout. So I had competition. I was like, guy, fair.
To be honest though, I'd be
Give me that!
Probably not.
Dylan, you teach her that, Don?
She's watching that from my football games. She did her freshman year. Hey. Yeah, what's up? Good luck with that. She's at 6'6". Yeah, but she's at 8'4" right off. And she plays in that one. Oh, yeah.
And then my shoes like really actually double button and like has a lupus on it. Like I took over the line.
For those 8 months of gym that I didn't play, I was commentating the whole time.
And I'm like trying to think of ideas how to like take this thing out. Sitting on my
No, no. That was dirty. That was crossing. That was dirty. Ah.
No disrespect to her.
Come on.
I'm here to see LeBron.
That was a gross crossover.
Did she have them before and just think,
I'm buying the first jersey.
Who else could say they lost to high school? Hit it.
Number 4, she has 6.
Touchdown.
It's okay. You're shaking. I'm not even shaking. And I took 5 hours and you're shaking. You. I thought you said I'm gonna shoot the JV game. Should I? Are we going to the locker room? I'm just keeping my stuff because I gotta poke it. So.
Caleb has your wallet.
Okay.
Guys, why is the ball
depending on the state. That's not a lot. Like I jokingly told my mom I said I wanted 3 days.
What do you know?
4? Something like that. 8 more. Joke. Yeah, I said that just so it be like down right. Huh? We have. Black kid and Wyatt. Hey! Stop passing the ball. That's what happens in basketball. Greatest basketball player in the 607. I'll give her a guys right there. I'll hand that to her. Not be.
They made them in the
I guarantee
They
you.
had a turn 3-on-3 turn.
Yeah, sure. Talk about 1-on-1. She's got that. She's leaving. That's fine. But I don't know why you did that. Yeah, but she has like other all night. Anyway, that was always enough. That was the closest to shot in my back. What's the story?
Like 7-7.
They have 6 players. I hope so. I hope. Who said 6 players? I hope we don't lose. That's why I was like, good luck. And your friends on me. I was like, Lacey Jackson, you want something? Like Dylan, remember coaching Boost Club? I watched you in 2 seconds. Is your hand flat? I think she has some hand tattoo. Oh my god. Why don't you be a basketball? Definitely not. Lacey. Aren't those softball? Lacey. Oh, she's got the pineapple. There she's good. Shoot it! Jake, are you going back over? No.
Yo, that game over there is so yeah, it's not good. I walked in and it was 7. They came back and tied it up 7-7.
describes everything. It's just like,
That's exactly what I thought. Like, that's
dude, I failed the final small. I had to give you that hard. I literally walked over there. I haven't at the gym anymore. I think she has her phone on. You gotta tell her you're about to work out there. Yeah, drop my keys off. At least you walk back in with you. Yeah, absolutely. Can you dunk yet? Gosh, that's the last we should plan our workout. Are you good dunk tomorrow? You doing one? I almost sneak out. She terrified me. She comes in about she came out of the locker and she was like, that didn't work. She took off. Oh. Thanks for checking into the stream chat. Drop step.
I don't think that works. They're legit like. gotta bring the half court back up. That's actually a gross. She's still over.
Oh, we need a second chair though, don't we?
Yes, we will. Don't worry about the phone.
Dude, she's gonna do something with this phone. I'm gonna cut. Make it a mac challenge.
Okay, do you remember how this works? These two knobs right here, you are mic 1. This is always mic 2. This is for how loud it is on. This is for how you hear the game. So watch. See how it gets louder? So I don't know how loud you want it or how
Not
quiet.
that loud. That's good. That's good right there. Okay.
And then of course these are for the volume of how loud you are on air. Yes. Yep. Which I always think it's not to listen to the game. That, sound but yes. So can you hear me with that on? Testing, testing.
Very good. How about you? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
can hear you perfectly. Okay.
Perfect.
That
Test.
should be good.
I just feel like there's like this. I feel like I gotta go home. Yo, pull another one.
Most comfortable chair we have in the entire school right there. He gets the comfortable chair. All right, I'm out of here. I'll be watching, so if there's anything, I'll text you. Right.
Walton Central School District YouTube Live. I'm Ron Golly, working with Dylan Jacob tonight. The Walton girls getting set for their opener, the tip-off basketball tournament, taking on Worcester. Dylan, great to work with you tonight.
Nice to meet you, Ron. How you doing?
Oh, doing really good. And happy holidays to everybody out there.
Yes, happy holidays.
Hey, we just saw a great first game tonight with Deposit Hancock coming out 40-34 winners against Downsville Roscoe. Good game.
Yeah, very was. Deposit Hancock has a very good player in Lacey Drake, and she just showed how good she was tonight.
I think that might be an understatement. She may be the best girl around as far as pure basketball talent.
I would have to agree.
Your thoughts, what was the difference in that first game?
Ariel Kellerman for Deposit Hancock, number 4. She had 21 points, and I think she showed that Lacey Drake had some help with her this year.
Dylan, a new-look girls basketball team this year for Walton and Coach Gary Backus.
Yes, very new look. They graduated their leading scorer in Olivia Harvey and their top shooter in Crystal Crandall and Jordan Palmetier. So it should be a fun time to watch them and see how they work together.
Looking forward to that game. Both teams are on the court right, and will be on the court momentarily. We'll have the game in probably about 15 minutes. So stick around, folks. Stay with us on Walton Central School District YouTube Live as Walton takes on Worcester. I'm Ron Golly for Dylan Jacob. We will have that game shortly.
You gotta hit the play button.
Eventually got into the sky. I'm good at my wrist, put the gas in the sky. She singing my song and change up her life. I told her to go and work on her house. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Went to the city, I broke up that night. Got some more millies, I keep me in that. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me, ain't getting no fights. We call them Chauncey, cause they got a chop. Took her out of violence, cause of pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Money. I told the Billy cool back in the hot day car. kick it though when I'm a fan. Keep the little ones on the shelf. Since they ran in the fan. I'm sick and tired of me. That's what they find. They telling me lies. Acting like they the one created this and they get out the dream like that. Yeah, Cartier, 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 spec bubble low on the side. Prison for damage, they Cartier, yeah. Cartier back for the Cartier thot. I ring the cool with 200 dash. Cartier jeans, ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I'm ever gonna go out. Man, I can't go out, no way I'm gonna go out. I just grip on it, and I show it. I sit like a chip and I wait on the hold up. I be with Bubba news in your paddock. I whip with the bricks and I don't break the door. Turn the whole top floor to off. 100 racks and 1, 2 about to flood that. Get it, money, get I don't wanna, I just passed it. It's lit. I like the 504 boys, how I move through the lobby. Sit so tall and play behind just to show you the time frame. 100 mil down on my desk, but I'm still up the side, eh? Dash your M's in my account to the truck in my driveway. I'm in that photo by myself. Know it's all 100 more than outside. Know they gon' rock to the death. Had some good years, ain't no way I get tired. I gotta do it all day. Every day Super Bowl, get a well. I put a lot on myself. In that field with your meal, I might go down. She slid ahead of my business to grab a torpedo. I had to go back and live on myself like a 13 and 0.
Boston. Boston. I went to 6 months. I'm staying at full. She went for grades though. She went for grades. She's not playing sports in college.
I was telling Joe Weaver, I said that last week Joe and I had Kevin Gallagher had to do I thought it was a 18 minutes like a bus stop. And you can sleep it's like a sort of when I burn out. And you can get you roll goes back. How's that, guys? All right?
Take a break.
I told the girls to make sure they go get the ball for me because I'm getting old. In the pregame, isn't that nice?
Real respectful.
I have John Rockefeller? When I do pre-games with him, he always tells the girls, he goes, now listen, it's all about sportsmanship. Mr. Faulkner missed a few calls last night. He's probably going to miss more than that tonight. Don't worry about having a nice game.
What you work with?
First time he did it to me was about 8 years ago. It was like deer in the headlights. I was like,
We'll be very kind. That game was awesome.
I'll be the first one to admit that this is the toughest game to officiate. A little bit fast. Baseball isn't. Soccer isn't. Football isn't.
Volleyball?
Huh? No. So I'm old now. I gotta, it takes me a while to recuperate.
The hard thing about that game, I had to go to work and then
Oh, that's tough.
wow, yeah.
I figured Auburn was going to win because Alabama's not the same Alabama as they've been for a while. Yeah, that was the big thing. Normally they pride themselves on defense. The defense wasn't up to it this year. They're talking about how this might be the end of the Alabama run of consecutive national championship appearances. Because with them losing to Auburn, LSU, with Ohio State emerging like they are, there are more big Power 5 schools that say, hey, look at what we've done the past couple of years. You want to do that? Or you want to go do what Alabama's doing? It's hard to say no to a coach that walks up and says, hey, I just won this national title last year. Oh, yeah.
Like your dad, I've given up on the NFL this year. Those Cowboys are You're enjoying life.
I'm safe now. I'm all good. We were watching the Bills game. No, he was watching the Bills game downstairs and I was upstairs. So all of a sudden I get yell upstairs and fire the kicker. And I'm like, glad to hear the Cowboys here go good. Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of fire going into that game, being a 9-3 team, and no one's giving them credit for it. Yeah,
love their quarterback.
he is.
He's more active than I thought he was. Last year,
Same thing with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is by far the best MVP. They show a stat, and he has, I think it's 39 total touchdowns. 25, it's something like, he has 39 total touchdowns on 92 drives, to where Russell Wilson has 37 touchdowns, no, the same amount of touchdowns on double the drives. And they're so how is this a debate when he's doing it has the same amount of touchdowns as half the guys that rest of the
Because it's kind of what you're looking for in a quarterback.
Yeah.
Just not conventional. He's sure what he does.
Yeah,
He's fun to watch.
he is.
I like the excitement.
You always have to have one of those quarterbacks to give excitement instead of just a regular quarterback.
Plus, if you were a quarterback like that, I like the knowledge of it better.
Oh, yeah. Even my dad has said that for a while. It's so much fun to watch college football because a lot of your life after college football is right now that. Because, I mean, if you lose in the NFL, hey, I still get a paycheck. I lose in college football, I might not get drafted next year.
It's a more watchable game. Too. They don't appreciate it.
Good evening, everybody. Happy holidays, and welcome to the Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Ron Golly with Dylan Jacob tonight. Dylan, a member of the Walton varsity basketball team, and he's joining us courtside tonight as the Walton girls get set to tip off against Worcester. Dylan, it's great to be in basketball season already.
Oh, it's great to be in basketball season. One of my favorite times of the year.
It's such a great time of year because there's so much stuff going on. You've got college basketball, you've got college football, you've got the NBA, the NFL, and of course, local high school basketball. Doesn't get any better than that.
It does not get any better with this.
Dylan, talk to us. I know you know a lot of the girls on the Walton varsity basketball team. Talk to us about the makeup of this year's team.
This team is very young. They have a lot of good young talent that came up from JV or is just worked hard over the summer. They're not the same type of team as they were last year. They're going to be more fast-paced. They're a little bit quicker and a little bit more athletic than last year, so that's a good sign for the going forward.
Certainly when you talk about the Walton girls team, and we're doing that right now, the first name that comes up to me is Mackenzie Clough.
She's an amazing basketball player. She's done so much for this program and built it up and helped lead girls to winning teams, and it's great to watch her play basketball.
What about the rest of the makeup of the team? What do you look for? What kind of team is this going to be?
I think this seems to be more of a guard-oriented team with the likes of Grace Reinhardt, Jacqueline Gransberry, and McCara McGibbon. That's a three-headed monster between guards that can all dribble the ball and break a press themselves, and they all have the ability to score.
You know, watching the girls warm up tonight, this looks like a very athletic group.
They are very athletic. I expect a lot of pressing and a lot of full-court defenses against teams.
Coach Backus returns with the team again this year to run the team. A lot of experience in the coaching ranks.
There is a lot of experience. He is a very smart basketball coach. I've talked to him privately a couple times about basketball, and he's just very smart.
This, of course, the Walton girls tip-off tournament, the Walton boys tip-off tomorrow night. You're a member of that team. Talk to us about your team this year.
We're a good team. I hope we are a good team. We have a lot of young talent coming up. A lot of guys that didn't play last year need to step up in bigger roles this year. We're athletic. We don't have the same build as we did a couple of years ago or even last year, so we just have to play with our speed.
What is the confidence level on the team?
High.
Well,
I got a lot of confidence in my guys.
That's a lot of the game.
Yes, very.
Confidence, it really is. So we're just moments away from the tip-off of tonight's game. Glad you could join us on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Again, we'll be here tomorrow night and to watch the boys' game. Again, that'll be right around 7:30 game time. We are about 3 minutes and 39 seconds before the tip-off of this game tonight. Earlier tonight, the winner of tonight's game will be playing Deposit Hancock. They defeated Downsville Roscoe 40-34. That was a high-quality basketball game.
That was a very good game to watch. I know you only showed up for about the last quarter, but I would say from start to finish, and that game was incredible to watch.
It was a great game. What was the difference in that game to you?
I feel like Lacey Drake just making her mark on the court. I mean, she sees the court very well. She can score at will when she wants to, and it's very hard to stop her.
So if Walton wins tonight, they will take on Deposit Hancock, and that game is, I think, Thursday night?
Yes, I believe it will be Thursday.
Thursday night, and, of course, we'll have that game for you here. And if you get a chance, folks, watch that game because I think you'll really enjoy watching Lacey Drake play from Deposit Hancock. She's one of the best in the area.
Oh, I certainly agree. I've called her the best basketball player in the area.
So high school basketball coming up right now very shortly. We'll have the starting lineups, and we'll get this game tipped off. Worcester dressed in their green uniforms tonight. Walton in the very familiar orange and white. Warriors orange, black, and white with black trim, of course. And we'll have the starting lineups coming up shortly. We'll have the national anthem. We'll get this game tipped off, and I'm so excited about high school basketball. Something so special about opening night.
It's always amazing to have an opening day at high school basketball.
Do you get jitters before the first game?
Sometimes. I did definitely as a freshman, but as I've grown older, the jitters have gone away.
Okay. Seasoned veteran. There you go. Walton girls out on the court. We're just about set for basketball action. Again, thank you for joining us on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. By the way, we are set up for live chat tonight, so we'd love to hear some comments from you. Got a lot of comments during the football season, Dylan, on live chat.
Did you?
Had a lot of fun on that. We had the first question we asked of the first game, what do you think of the all-black uniforms?
I love the black uniforms. They were my favorite.
It was about 50-50 on the live chat. Some people were traditionalists. A lot of people liked it. But
yeah. Sometimes it goes against tradition.
Hey, it works. Rosie Green, the public address announcer, making some announcements on sportsmanship before the start of tonight's tip-off game.
Have a good one, gentlemen.
You too.
Good seeing you. Happy holidays. And now, our national anthem. I didn't hear the announcement of who sang that national anthem, but it was a duet, and it was magnificent.
It was a very good national anthem.
Wow.
They've been doing it for a while.
Wow. Did you get the names of who did that?
I know they're alumni of Walton.
Okay,
I just don't know the exact names.
We'll have that checked out before the next game. Starting lineup for Worcester. Number 10, Aria Haley. Number 12, Elizabeth Odell. Oh, actually, they're introducing the entire team, so we'll wait for the starting lineups when they come out. Now let's meet the Walton Warriors. Lady Warriors, coached by Mr. Gary Backus. Grace Reinhardt, number 10, starting at the guard position. Jacqueline Gransberry, freshman, starting for Walton, number 12. Mackenzie Clough, number 20. Makara McGibbon, a freshman in her second year, starting. And Lauren Frank, number 33. So what's Walton want to do to be effective tonight? Do they want to force tempo?
I feel like they should be able to run the tempo a little bit, and then in the half court, I feel like they should pound it in the post of Mackenzie Clough and see what she can do.
How about defensively? What does Walton want to do?
In the past, they've been a zone-oriented team, but I feel like with how athletic and how fast they are, I feel like they could go man on certain teams and just cause a little bit of disruption.
Maybe mix up the defenses.
They definitely have the personnel to do that.
Absolutely. Is it a deep team? Is it a team we're going to see a lot of girls playing tonight?
Possibly. Coach Backus has changed up his coaching style every once in a while, whether he'll go 8 or 9 deep or play 6 or 7. But I think they have the girls to go 8 or 9 deep.
Well, I think he's a coach that's going to adapt to the talent he has on the team, depending on what year it is, whatever the talent level is, or whatever I tried to say. Worcester and Walton on the jump. Walton controls the tap. It goes out of bounds. Last controlled by Walton and belongs to Worcester. We are officially underway. Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Thanks for joining us. Ron Gottlieb, Dylan Jacob on a Tuesday night. Worcester with the basketball. Walton with a lot of motion on defense. There's a whistle, and the turnover gives the ball back to Walton. Uriah Haley, number 10, with a turnover that time for Worcester. Here comes Walton. That's Grace Reinhardt, number 10. Grace down the court, puts a shot up off the rim, no. Rebound taken off by Worcester. Number 12, Elizabeth Odell.
Walton has jumped into a 2-3 zone with the stack guards at the top of the key.
It's like a very active 2-3, doesn't it?
Very. You have to be with the way they're playing their 2-3 zone.
First shot of the game for Worcester is off the mark. Rebound comes off to McGibbon. Walton looking to run. Clough ahead of the pack is fouled. What a heck of a pass.
That was a beautiful pass by Jacqueline Gransberry.
Walton starting 2 freshmen. That's a young team.
Yeah, they are. But they're 2 outstanding young freshmen.
Mackenzie Clough at the free throw line for Walton. Mackenzie, second leading scorer in last year's team. She's a senior. First free throw, good. Second shot by Clough is no good off the back iron. Lindsay, 5'11", very athletic. Worcester to the attack. Jenna Morrell, number 2, brings the ball down the floor. Shot blocked by Mackenzie Clough. Here come the Warriors looking to break out. Nice job by Worcester settling back defensively, setting up their defense. That's Grace Reinhardt with the ball for the Warriors. Down low, underneath. Frank's shot doesn't go. Rebound comes off to Worcester. Again, a good look with the pass.
It was a good look. Worcester was not in their set defense yet, and Grace found the open person.
Grace got a lot of playing time with that team last year.
She performed very well when she had that playing time.
She did. Excellent defensive player. Operates really well with the ball. Vega Haley Dillamar missed that last shot. Last touch by Walton. We played a minute and a half. 1-0 to score. Walton with the lead. Winner plays deposit. Hancock, there's a steal by Grace Reinhardt for the Warriors. Grace takes the ball down the court, puts it up, got it.
Right on key as we were talking about our defense.
Turning defense to offense and scoring. About as good as you can do. 3-0 Walton with the lead.
Walton now jumped into a man-to-man.
I love when teams can change defenses like that on the fly. It really gives the opponent something to look at, doesn't it?
It's very hard to do, especially with a young team like this, to be able to switch defenses on the fly, but they just did a very good job of doing that.
Well, that's why you have practice, right?
That is true.
You work on those things. Grace Reinhardt, number 10 for the Warriors. Number 22 is McCara McGibbon. Back to Reinhardt. Gransberry. Gransberry, number 12, takes a long shot, just short. Rebound comes off to Worcester. Nice rebound by Sutcliffe. Mackenzie Sutcliffe down the floor. To the basket, shot up, no. Rebound to Clough, who brings the ball down the floor herself. Now finds Reinhardt. Reinhardt to McGibbon. McGibbon takes a long 3. Shot no good. Followed by McClough. Clough is good.
She always has a nose for the basketball underneath there.
I think the most exciting shot I saw last year was Makara McGibbon on that buzzer beater.
Against Green, that was a good
Yes,
shot,
you were
especially for
there.
an 8th year.
End of the game, at the buzzer. Win or lose on one shot, and she made it.
A lot of confidence has to be in that 8th year to shoot
Wow.
that shot.
Foul this time on the Warriors. Worcester with the ball out of bounds. There's another, again, Grace Reinhardt getting in, causing defensive tie-up. Possession arrow stays with Worcester. 5-0 to score. Walton with the lead. We played nearly 3 minutes. Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Shot blocked again by Clough. Boy, she's a force inside, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She's very good at defense and know how to block shots without getting fouls called.
Clough scores at the other end of the court, and Walton off to a nice 7-0 lead. Pitching a shutout so far. We played a little over 3 minutes in the game. Dylan, what stands out to you about this Walton team so far?
They're very good at defense. They've switched up their defense from man to zone a couple times, so they know how to communicate very well with each other, and just that is confusing Worcester right now.
Worcester with the ball, number 14 in with possession. That's Haley Shaler. There's again a defensive tie-up. This time the ball goes Walton's way. 7-0 lead Warriors, 4:42 to go, quarter one. Thanks to Rick Robinson, the head of technology, for setting us up again for this season. Rick was here earlier tonight, Board of Education meeting going on at the same time of the Walton Tip-off basketball tournament. What a busy time of year this is, right?
Very busy time.
Ooh. Once you get to Thanksgiving, everything happens at once, doesn't it?
Yeah. Thanksgiving's kind of the calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. The countdown to Christmas and the holidays. Great time of year.
Great time of year.
So timeout on the court with 4:42 to go. Quarter number one. Again, we'll have the boys tip-off tournament for you tomorrow night. Game time again at 7 o'clock. And Walton plays who?
Sullivan West.
Sullivan West. Okay, that's a pretty good road trip.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad we don't make it.
Yes. You probably made that trip in football.
No, I think my farthest road trip was my section finals game. I think that was my farthest road trip I've played.
Where was that?
Johnson City.
Pretty good road trip.
Yeah.
4:42 to go, quarter number one, 7-0 Walton with the lead. Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Warriors off to a nice start, both offensively and defensively. Confident looking group.
Very confident group for a young group of girls here.
Young and athletic. Warriors with the ball. Grace Reinhardt works it across the court, being picked up at midcourt. Defensively by Sophia Adams. This time Walton turns it over. Steal for Worcester. Looking for their first points of the game. Haley Area with the ball. This time Worcester takes it strong to the basket and scores. Number 23, Dilamar Vega Haley. 7-2 your score, 4 minutes left, quarter number one. Clough again inside, down low, got position, scores. Nope, the foul before the shot. I think it was the right call.
I think so too.
You always like that continuation though, don't you?
Yeah, that's why we all wish we could play in the NBA or WNBA so we get that nice little continuation call.
You like the no rules league, okay.
Some of it I like.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. It's entertainment.
It is entertainment, that's all it is.
Out of bounds to Worcester, 7-2 your score, 3:50 left, quarter number one. Again, another turnover. Again, Grace Reinhardt coming away with the ball for the Warriors. Number 10, keeping the dribble alive, finding Clough down low, spins, puts it up, got it off glass. She's worked hard on that inside game. You can see it.
She has. She put a lot of work in over the summer.
Again, the turnover. Back come the Warriors. Reinhardt to the basket. Got it. Scores again. 11-2 your score. Let's see a whistle. I think they're just checking on one of the players, see if everybody's okay. Something you said, it was interesting. You said you worked hard on a game over the summer. I think people don't realize how much effort you have to put into this game to play, to be at a high level.
Yeah, you have to put in a lot of work. It's just not the months of November to February that you put in your work. You have to continuously put in work over the summer or in your free time.
There's a lot of this game that really takes time to develop. It looks easy when you're watching it here, court level, but basketball is a tough game to play.
A lot of it comes with just repetition, practice, and then just gaining basketball IQ from playing the game.
Jillian Wright, number 21 in the Walton lineup. 11-2 your score with 2:40 to go in a quarter number one. Double dribble. Turn the ball back over to the Warriors. Entering the lineup for Walton, number 34, Alyssa Beach, a member of last year's team, 5'9" junior. Coach Backus rotating a lot of players into this game in the first quarter. Double team for Worcester. Nice job getting the turnover. That's a nice trap.
Yeah, it was a very surpriseful trap, and it got the Walton offense a little shook.
So the turnover gives the ball back to Worcester, 11-2. And Walton gets it back again with 2:23 to go in quarter number one. Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Happy to have you along with us this evening. We are set up for live chat, so if you'd like to make a comment, let us know what's going on. Reinhardt, number 10. Hold called on the Worcester defender. The Walton ball on the side. Jillian Wright, number 21, bringing it in for the Warriors. Worcester coming out in a man-to-man defense. Warrior basketball, good movement by Walton. Shot doesn't go. Good defense by Worcester. They got the ball, and it belongs to the team in green. 11-2 your score. Shot, follow shot is good. Offensive opportunity. Marion Odell with the basket. It's 11-4 with 1:30 left in quarter one. Reinhardt off to Jacqueline Gransberry. Whistler's a foul. Walton ball on the side. Both teams playing some pretty good defense in this first quarter.
They have been, yes. Walton's just gotten out of transition. That's why they have that big lead. Defense turns into offense.
Lauren Frank on the side for the Warriors. Haley Gardner, number 44, into the lineup now for Walton. Haley, a member of the Walton volleyball team, had a very successful season earlier this year. Missed opportunity. Rebound comes off to Worcester. Number 3 is Lily Conroe. Shot is good. Nice little run for Worcester. It's an 11-6 game. They've scored the last 4. There's a great look inside to Clough. Clough to basket. Good and a foul. Giving a big assist to Grace Reinhardt. Coming to the Walton lineup, Riley McDonald, number 11. Riley, a junior, 5'3". Mackenzie Clough back at the line for the Warriors. 13-6 score, less than a minute to go, quarter number one. Clough's free throw Doesn't go. Gets another one. So it's Worcester ball.
The girls didn't realize that it was a one-shot foul.
Neither did the announcer who was making the call. So, all right. Opening game.
Gotta get all the rust off announcing a little bit.
There's a lot of rust to get off, too. Now it's the been a good one, though. 13-6 your score. 40 seconds left, quarter number 1. Thanks for joining us on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Shot is good. Running one-hander. Jacqueline Gransberry from a tough angle. She's got a lot of game, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. For a young freshman, she's very good at basketball.
There's a poke away. Another turnover for the Warriors. Number 33, Lauren Frank. Frank to the basket. Doesn't go. Follow shot, no. Opportunity for Gardner. Rebound comes off to Walton. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Warriors get the shot off, and the shot is good. At the buzzer. Lauren Frank putting it in, and it's 18-6 the score after a quarter. Excellent first period for the Warriors. What do you think?
It was a good first period for them. They showed that they can switch multiple defenses and play multiple defensive fronts, and they showed that they're very athletic and get out in transition.
Well, you've got to like the way they started the game, got off to a really good start. The defense, as we mentioned, turned to offense. They made some shots, got some good stops. 12-point lead after a period. That's a pretty good way to start the season.
That's a very good way to start the season.
So after quarters, Walton out in front of Worcester by a score of 18-6. Now, you just came off a football season, which ended very recently, and then into basketball. Where do you get time off?
You really don't get time off in high school sports with them starting right after, especially with successful teams as our football team was this year. You just got to keep your body in shape and make sure you're doing the right things to keep it healthy and be ready to play.
Is it a hard transition to go from football to basketball?
It can be sometimes. It's more about like the air inside, switching from outside air to inside air and getting your respiratory system going. Also with your feet and knees, going from softer ground like with grass to the hard court. It can be tough sometimes on certain people.
Okay. By the way, congratulations, the quarterback of the Division V champion Walton Warriors.
Thank you.
You guys had a great year.
Yeah, we did. It was a very fun year.
Worcester has the possession as we start quarter number 2, 18-6 your score. Walton with a lot of pressure on defense. Foul called there. That's a kind of foul I don't think a coach minds. It's an aggressive foul.
Yeah, as long as it's a smart aggressive foul. Like if you're not too busy like trying to go for a steal you can't get, then that's one where coaches go, well, you shouldn't have gotten that aggressive foul. But one like that was a good aggressive foul.
And the coaches will let you know if you make a bad off a aggressive foul, all right?
Yes, they will.
Foul against the Warriors. Free throws coming now for Worcester. Number 12 at the line, it's Elizabeth Odell. She's a freshman, number 12.
Good to see a lot of young talent in the surrounding areas.
Really do, yes. And we saw a lot of good young talent in that first game as well tonight.
Yes, we did.
Big win for Deposit Hancock, 40-34 over a very talented Downsville-Roscoe team. I think they're going to be heard from as well this year.
They will. You'll see all the little teams around the area get some blow up every once in a while. And it's good to see that Downsville will get some this year.
Walton pushing the ball down the floor. Hard fall for Reinhardt. She gets up. That just got to hurt.
Nah, it does. This ground is not forgiving.
No. But she shakes it off, and it's Walton ball out of bounds. Lauren Frank, number 33, to trigger it in for the Warriors. And it comes to Clough in the corner, back out front, Reinhardt. Reinhardt in the corner to Frank. Nice ball movement with the Warriors. Very unselfish-looking team this year. Reinhardt's long one-hander doesn't go. Rebound comes off to Walton. Another opportunity.
It's always good to have an unselfish team and not have like any too many my ball, my shot type people.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. When you share the ball to go from a good shot to a great shot, it always helps the basketball team win.
You know, that's something I think we've seen with both boys and girls last year, and I'm sure it'll be the same this year. Unselfish basketball.
It should be. It's a big key to winning basketball games is having an unselfish team.
(18-6) the score, 6:57 to go, quarter two. Walton with a nice lead. Inside to Clough, the ball's poked away. Coming away with the ball is Dillamar Vega Halley. And Walton gets it back again with a 12-point lead and possession. Minute and a half played in quarter number two. 18-6 your score remains. Reinhardt, number 10. 22 is Makara McGibbon. Shot off the mark. Rebound comes off to Worcester. Oh, nice long run-hander from the left circle, right circle. Shot is good. Number 12 is Elizabeth Odell with the basket for Worcester. 18-8 the score. Long two-pointer. Worcester again looking to trap. Walton working inside, finding the open girl underneath his Clough. Nice pass from Frank. That's the way you beat the double team.
Gotta pass out. Gotta be unselfish with a double team coming.
Outside shot doesn't fall. McGibbon has the rebound. Off to Clough, ends up with the ball down low. Again, a nice wraparound pass from Grace Reinhardt, and it's 22-8.
Definitely a lot of chemistry between those two players right there.
They've played some minutes together over the years, haven't they? Back again comes Walton on the steal. Excellent job that time for Lauren Frank, who scores, and it's 24-8. Warriors with the lead. Threatening to break this game open. Nice spurt for Walton. Shot from the side on mark, but a little short. Rebound by Clough. No, rebound to this time by Worcester. Another rebound coming off the Warriors, doing a nice job of limiting Worcester to one shot. Reinhardt, the basket, this time missed the shot. She has a nice feel inside, doesn't she?
She does. She's a very smart basketball player, has a lot of IQ, and knows when to take her shots and when to pass off to her teammates.
(24-8), the ball belongs to Walton. I'm not sure if this pace is conducive to the style of play Worcester would like to play. They look to me like more of a half-court basketball team.
Worcester does seem to look like that. They look like to see a team that likes to sit in the half court and break you down that way instead of running gun like Walton is.
How difficult is it when you're, as a player, to get the tempo your way?
It's very hard because you can, with certain players, like as a point guard, you can control the pace of the game, so that's how you can control it your way. But if you're a player like Mackenzie is and being a center, you can't really control how you want to play. It's based on how your guards want to play the game. Also, a lot of it has to do with how touchy the refs are with calls and stuff like that.
Okay, sure. A lot of factors. And how well you adjust to the way the officials call a game.
Yes, you have to make the right adjustments with how the refs call games.
Do you get a feel for that early?
You can. It depends on the ref. Sometimes the refs like to switch up at halftime and say, hey, now this half is going to be a little bit more touchy. But
okay,
you can get a feel sometimes.
Walton in control here, 24-8 the score. Opening round, Walton Tip-off basketball tournament. Winner plays Deposit Hancock Thursday night. Right back here, and we'll be along to bring you the action of that game. Another rebound for Walton. Again, the Warriors limiting Worcester to one shot. Clough down the court, puts so much pressure on a defense and goes to the line and shoots two. She just makes you play, doesn't she? She's going to take the ball strong to the basket, and you want to try to block her shot, good luck.
Exactly, especially with her being how tall she is, it's very hard to block a shot.
It's one thing to be tall. She's very athletic as well.
It is, and that's another reason why it's so hard to guard her, because you have to guard her end line to end line, not just in the half court.
And she'll run the floor. First shot, no good. Second one coming up. Is good. 25-8, Walton with a lead. Now the Warriors going to full court pressure. They're going for the knockout right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They want to get this game over with quickly.
With the big lead, is that just a case of the coach wanting to see how they play the full court pressure, just to see what the team does, how they execute during a game?
It could be. Some coaches take a big lead as a walk-through moment and see how we can play certain defenses or certain sets on offense, just to see. So when the game gets closer in bigger games, you can see how your team will work.
Well, we've seen a lot of 2-3 tonight. We've seen them go man-to-man. We just saw them extend the defense to full court. So a lot of different defenses, and they've all played well. Here comes Walton with another takeaway. Shot no good, belongs to Worcester. Riley McDonald that time, number 11 for the Warriors.
Walton is back in their original 2-3 defense that they started the game in.
That's kind of their stable defense, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like that's an all-around program thing, is your stable defenses are 2-3 zone.
Jacqueline Gransbury scores for the Warriors. Talented 5'5" freshman. 27-8. Warriors by 19. Shot inside is good. Miriam Odell, number 11, with the basket. 27-10. A little over 2 minutes left to go. Quarter number 2. Clough again spins the basket and scores. Makes it look easy, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Has the ability to go both ways, too. That's what makes it tough on the defense. It's not like she's going to go one way. She can spin either way.
And that's something she learned playing opposite Olivia Harvey.
Yeah, they were quite a tandem a year ago, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. That was a big 1-2 punch for Walton.
I remember Olivia scoring her 1,000th point here last year. She's now in college. You said Boston U?
Yep, she's at Boston University.
Excellent. Back come the Warriors. Number 12, Jacqueline Gransbury again with the basket on the fast break. Walton has a definite speed and athletic advantage in this game in the first half, and that's why they're up by 21 points. Nice block inside that time by Christina Goodrich. Number 40 is in the lineup for the Warriors. Back comes Walton the other way. Jacqueline Gransbury. Again, defense turns to offense, and it's another 2, and the Warriors on top 33-10. Good defense, rebound for the Warriors. Less than a minute to go, quarter number 2. Walton Central School District YouTube live again ahead of the pack is Clough. Clough misses the shot, pass from Gransbury. She hasn't missed too many tonight. Basket this time for Worcester. One of the few times they've got a second opportunity. Area Haley with the basket. 15 seconds to go. Clough again inside. Rebound comes off to Worcester. Time for one more shot, maybe. 7 seconds. Taking the ball strong down the basket. They turn it over. Steal by Christina Goodrich. And at halftime, your score, Walton leading Worcester by a score of 33-12. Dylan, your thoughts on quarter number of the first half?
It was a good half. Walton showed that they are a very young and athletic team and like to run out in transition, that their defense is going to be a big key to this year's team.
What do you think Coach Backus would say about the first half? What would he be pleased about?
I say he would be pleased about the pace of the game and how they've played a very well-sounded defensive game. I feel like he has very little to complain about in that first half.
Coach did a good job getting a lot of people in that first half. The bench was a big difference in the first half as opposed to Worcester.
Yeah, when you can sub in more people and keep everyone with fresh legs, that's a big key to having a good defensive team.
Tomorrow night we'll have the Walton boys in action. They will take on Sullivan West. Sullivan West. That game coming at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Dylan Jacob, the point guard for the team for Walton, working with me tonight. Dylan, your thoughts on the Walton boys basketball team this year? How do you look?
We look all right. We've had a couple scrimmages against South Court and Sullivan West. We looked all right. Just young and we're still learning a little bit.
I would say scrimmaging against South Courtright's a pretty good test. They're usually pretty darn good.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that scrimmage, but I heard we did pretty all right in that scrimmage.
Okay. So, again, a new-look team, kind of like the girls this year. You lost a lot from last year's team.
Yeah, we lost a lot from last year. We lost our second and third leading scorer in Jose and Tommy McGuire. And our top rebounder in Brett Charles. So it's hard to replace key guys like that, but we have to find a way somehow.
What about Coach Gardapi? What's his style going to be again this year?
I feel like his style will stay the same and will still be the running gun, press up and down the court type team. We might change to a half-court team, but it depends on what he wants to see and how he sees us playing.
Do you have a lot of people this year? Is it going to be mainly the starting five, or do you have good depth this year?
We got all right depth. I mean, we have a total of 10 players on the team, so we can't go too far in it, but we got some good depth.
How about size?
We're not as big as we have been in the past, but we're not overly short compared to the teams around us.
Okay. So your fourth year starting as the point guard for the Walton team. Pretty exciting for you last year, being the all-time assist record as well as steals.
Yeah, it's a great honor to be able to break the assist record and break the steals record that have been set for a long time. It's just amazing to see, especially with the assist record being held by one of my dad's teammates when he played. So Jamie was second all the time. I can't remember the name of the guy who had first, but Jamie was second all the time, and he was the big key to keep pushing me to break the assist record.
Jamie Murphy's we're talking about. Okay, yeah, okay. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at halftime. 33-12, your score, Walton with the lead. Folks, stick around. Have any comments? Love to hear from you. Andrew DeDezio checked in and said hi. Andrew, same to you. Happy holidays to you and your family. Anybody has any live chat comments, love to hear from you. Walton Central School District, YouTube Live. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with the second half on Walton Central School District, YouTube Live.
me was second, but I didn't know. We always debate on who seems
I still remember that
the
one.
fact that I was on a team in 2018. Because he never said anything about that band. He wins all the football bragging rights, though. His teams were something that my team said nothing. He doesn't like to tell me anything that he did, but I've heard from other people that he's pretty good. I think you can do it. I think you just gotta ask him. I mean, Lucas walked up to me and goes, "Ron," I said yes. He didn't even have to say this.
Hey, don't miss. Hey, Jacqueline.
Who do you think's gonna win the Heisman in college football? Right now, they're both up between the quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrows, the quarterback for Ohio State, and Justin Fields. Yeah, he nuts. I feel like, because Clemson's my favorite college football team to watch over the past few years. I feel like college football players rankings have done wrong. I say with the fact that you haven't lost since halfway through this last year, and you still haven't lost this year, how are you not ranking them yet? But they still came out with a win. Exactly. I mean, I'd like to say the same thing for Alabama, but I mean, Alabama had a really bad loss to LSU, and they were so ranked in the top 3. So I just feel like it's feel like they judge too hard to other teams, and that Alabama slipped a couple big things. He's really good. Right? Yeah. Right now it's between those 3. And actually, the defensive end from Ohio State, which you don't really see a lot of with defense.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Ron Golly, Dylan Jacob with you on a Tuesday night from Walton Central School, District YouTube Live. Happy to have you along with us tonight. Of course we're Googling. That's what everybody does, right?
Yeah, when you don't know something, you just Google it.
Hey, speaking of that, we found out who the person who held the record for most assists
Was Joel Rakowski.
Joel Rakowski, yes.
Joel Rakowski.
Before your time.
But way before my time.
It was. Okay, now the next question. Whose record did you break as far as steals are concerned?
I believe Joel Rakowski both had both the steals and the assist records.
Well, that's no fun if I ask you a question and you know the answer. Quite a year, though. Walton gets the ball as we start quarter number 3. 33-12 your score. Walton on top with the ball. That's McGibbon on the inbound. And it comes to Grace Reinhardt. Again, it's McGibbon out front. Circle right. Long shot from the outside perimeter is no good. Taken by Lauren Frank. Ball belongs to Worcester. Oh. Turnover for Worcester. That's a pretty helpless feeling when you're dribbling the ball and you suddenly change your mind and you take that extra step and you know you've done it.
It's a hard thing to do with basketball. Basketball is a very high pace. You gotta react quick on your feet, and one small thing can change a lot of things.
In a heartbeat. 33-12 our score. We played 30 seconds, third quarter. Whistle foul against Walton. Dillamar Vega Haley with the ball out of bounds for Worcester. And it comes to number 11, Miriam Odell. Worcester having a problem finding shots against this Walton defense. Lauren Frank coming away with a nice rebound. Finds Grace Reinhardt. Reinhardt cross-court pass. Bounce pass down low to Clough. Turnaround shot a little short. Excellent entry pass from Makara McGibbon that time. She knows how to find the angles, doesn't she, with the ball?
Yeah, she does. I've had a couple private workouts with her over the summer, and she has a lot of basketball IQ in her.
Where do you think she's improved the most from a year ago when she started as an 8th grader?
She's definitely improved in her attitude on the court. She knew last year that she'd be panic a little bit sometimes, so now this year she's made large strides in how to stay calm when dribbling the ball and when pressure comes at her, and I only see things going up for her.
How do you think, what did you say to her to get her to change her game? Or not change her game, but mature her game?
Just know that pressure's coming. You always have to know that as a point guard or a ball handler, that pressure's going to come to you. So you have to be willing to accept the pressure and make the right reads backside of that pressure.
Free throw is good, 33-13 your score. At the line, Inera Haley. Second opportunity doesn't go. Rebound comes off to Walton. Who helped you most when you were developing as a freshman?
Just talking to people that have played the game of basketball before me and listening to what they said, because all help. Every piece of advice someone gives you can help you on the court. So just listening to people and taking their hints and what they see, how I can improve my game. Especially with my dad being a coach, he helps me break down all the tape that we have and sees where I can improve.
It's one thing to get advice, it's another thing to listen.
Yes.
So
if you listen to advice, it can go a long way. If you just hear advice, then you won't get anything out of it.
33-14 our score, 6:38 to go, quarter number 3. Walton Central School District YouTube Live, opening round of the Walton Central School District YouTube Live with the tip-off tournament here in Walton. Outside shot doesn't go. Again, off with the rebound. Here comes Walton looking to break, always looking to run. Nice takeaway by the Worcester defense. And again, retaken by the Warriors. Pushing it down the floor, pass a little too tall that time. Intended for McGibbon. And a timeout on the court. 6:03 left to go, quarter number 3, 33-14 is the score. What do you know about your opponent on tomorrow night, Sullivan West?
They're a very good team. They got a lot of size, and they have a really good shooter. So we'll just have to try and keep them to one shot on their offensive side.
Now I'm looking at the girls with this lead tonight, 33-14. We mentioned earlier the win went to Deposit Hancock. They defeated Downsville Roscoe 40-34. How does Walton match up with Deposit Hancock?
They match up good. I feel like Walton has a good size advantage inside with Mackenzie Clough, but it's hard to stop Lacey Drake. She's all around. She can shoot deep three, or she can drive past you and score inside, and she's a very smart basketball player. So it's just the key to Walton is you got to somehow slow down Lacey Drake and score every time you get the ball on offense. Key for Deposit Hancock, make sure Lacey scores and try and slow down Mackenzie Clough inside.
That's outstanding analysis. I'm thinking of Lacey Drake, a 1,000-point scorer, and she's a junior.
Yeah.
So she's really, wow.
She plays a lot of basketball all over the summer. Another thing that we were talking about where you're always working on your craft. She's always working on her craft. She's a two-sport athlete, but she's always working on her craft in basketball.
What's her other sport?
Softball.
Okay. That will be an excellent game to go to, folks, on Thursday night for the Walton. We're assuming Walton with a lead 33-14 against Deposit Hancock. A lot of athletes in that game.
Yes, very.
Out of bounds to the Warriors. Walton working inside, now inside up, back out. There's a nice bounce pass. Again, the Warriors missing a shot inside, but making a nice extra pass like you talk about.
These girls are very unselfish, and I feel like that will be a big key with close games coming up to go from a good shot to a great shot.
Still 5.5 to go here in the third. 33-14, Warriors with the lead. Out of bounds, stays with Worcester. How do you maintain concentration in a game where you're up by this many points?
You always have something to work on in game where to see the girls, they're trying to work on their man-to-man, make sure they're sound perfect for closer games. So just staying focused on what you need to work on will keep everyone motivated to continue to work. And also, if you have a friend that is on the not a starter, you want to get them in as much as possible. So with a big game like this, you want to just get the score as much as possible.
Sure. Going to the line for Worcester is number 23, Delamar Vega Haley. 33-14 Walton lead, 5 minutes 17 seconds to go in quarter three. We will be right back here again tomorrow night, same time as Walton boys take on Sullivan West. I get a chance to critique Dylan while he's on the court tomorrow night.
Hopefully I put on a good show for you guys.
Inside again, Clough turns around, got it, makes it work. Mackenzie Clough with another basket, 35-15. Walton with the lead, leading by 20. Out of bounds to Worcester. Pretty active crowd tonight. Walton pretty well known over the years for some enthusiastic fans.
Yes, we always have a good fan base wherever we go normally.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, because if you play a big road game and you have a fan base that travels, the home court effect doesn't really benefit you as much as it normally does.
Worcester again gets the turnover. Long shot just missed. Warriors with a rebound. The basket no good. Rebound comes off to Worcester. Shot is good. Nice job that time for Worcester, getting the ball one of the few times tonight, getting the numbers down court. Mackenzie Sutliff with the basket. correction, Elizabeth Odell with the basket. Shot on the side is good. 38-17. Walton extends their lead. Clough with another rebound. Reinhardt running one-hander, no. Clough with another rebound. Up, no, but a whistle and a foul. Yeah, inside where Walton's had a big advantage in this game. Worcester just doesn't have a matchup.
With a player like Mackenzie, you have to have athletic, but also a strong big, and Mackenzie's proving that she's the better big on the court tonight.
What do you do when you have a bad matchup in a game? What can you do to compensate for that?
Bring down double teams, like try and deny that person the ball as much as possible, or when they touch the ball, try and get the ball as quickly as possible out of their hands.
The one I remember when I watched you guys last year, and you made a great difference the second time you played them, was Green. You played Green on this court, and I looked at the game. I said, this is just a bad matchup for Walton. You got them in the sectionals, you beat them at their place.
Yeah, we figured out their keys, like how they beat us here with their strong shooting abilities and their inside presence. And then when we went to play at Green, we limited what they could do, and we played our tempo, and we forced them to adjust to how we play instead of adjusting how they play.
Was that the best game your team played last year?
Yes, I would say that was the best overall game my team played all of last year. It was amazing shooting from Tommy and Jose.
Okay.
And it was amazing defensive effort from the 5 of us that played. And just scoring was something that came easy to us that night.
I was talking to Jose Maribel about that game this summer. He remembered that one well.
Yeah.
Walton with another rebound. Walton with the ball. 39-17. Warriors with a lead. Out of bounds from Worcester, so Walton gets it back again. 39-17 with 3:17 to go in the third quarter. Well, it's always exciting with a new season, isn't it? With a new group of people to see how it works.
Yes, it's always good to see, and it's always good to see in practice how you make those adjustments before the big first game like tonight.
Outside shot by the Warriors doesn't go. Worcester possession. It's been a good game. I mean, Walton with a commanding lead, 39-17, but everybody's playing hard. Both teams, you kind of like to see that.
Yeah, you always love to see a good, hard, competitive game, no matter what the score may turn out to be, as long as both teams are both fighting to compete.
Yeah, we're not talking about chippy. It's just been a really well-contested game. Who looks to be strong in your league this year?
Green boys are always a strong team to play against. They return a bunch of their starting 5 from last year. Delhi is always a tough team to play with a good head coach in Warren Kelly. He knows how to make talent work. Us, we can be a strong competitor in there. And Uintigo is a good young team, and they're very good at shooting the ball.
Sounds like it's going to be a very competitive season.
Yes, it should be.
Looking forward to it. And folks, this is only the beginning. Tip-off tournament continues tomorrow with the boys. Then back Thursday with the girls' final. When is the boys' final? Is that Friday or Saturday?
I've heard that it might be moved to Saturday, but I am not 100% sure.
Okay, we'll check that. If we know tomorrow night, we'll certainly pass it along to you. 39-18 with 2:45 to go here in quarter number 3. Ron Gawley on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Dylan Jacob, our guest commentator tonight. I always like getting the perspective from a player. It's so much different than somebody that hasn't played the game. So that's makes a big difference.
It can be, but it's also good as a player to hear the outside people and what they view, how they view a game. So it's a good mix.
Different perspective. I hear where you're coming from.
The first matchup for tomorrow is the Stanford boys versus the Susquehanna Valley boys.
Okay, yes. I heard Susquehanna Valley is going to be in that tournament. Nice.
Now that's going to be a big change for them because they just came off winning the state title on Saturday for football.
Wow.
So that is going to be a big change of how you feel going into basketball,
Sure.
not really having a full practice in you.
Yeah, but what a confidence booster winning a state championship. I'm telling you, yeah.
I'd be very okay with not being well my first game if I'm coming off a state title win.
Oh. 41-18 is your score. I remember back, and I'm dating myself here, but I remember going back to 1994 when Walton won their first state championship. On this court, they played Oneonta, coached by Bob Z, and it was a loaded Oneonta team. And Oneonta won, but just barely. And I remember Bob Z after that game saying, hey, those guys aren't afraid of you at all. They just won a state championship. Nothing bothers them. And so he thought his team learned a lesson that night.
Confidence is a big key in this sport. If you don't have confidence in all your sports, then it might as well not just show up, because then one bad thing can just lead into a big run for the other team.
I know it was disappointing for you when you lost that heartbreaker against Tioga in the Section 4 championship. I loved reading the comment that your coach Hoover had to say when he said I feel we've turned the corner, and the seniors had a lot to do with that this year. That was a great comment.
Yeah, it was. We felt like as a group, the 12 of us as seniors, that we have laid down a strong foundation on how to work and practice and where you should see yourself every end of the season, and not accepting a 4-win season like we had my sophomore year. It's always you want to strive to put your name up on a banner and be among the legendary teams that have played at Walton.
Well, you represented the school very well this year. Another Division V championship, postseason, Section 4 finals.
Tough way to end the season, but we're proud of what we've accomplished.
It's the way to look at it. 43-20 our score here. Walton ladies in control against Worcester. First round of the Walton Tip-off tournament. Free throw's good. Alyssa Beach. I've heard Alyssa sing the national anthem in the past. She's got a beautiful voice.
Yes, she does. She also has two very good older brothers playing at the SUNY Delhi right now.
Is that right? Okay, yeah, nice.
Jared Beach and Jacob Beach.
Good.
Very strong athletic family.
Very. The whistle foul against the Warriors. You know, another thing, I think this game's been very well officiated.
It has been. They've stayed the same for all three quarters so far. They haven't adjusted whether they're going to start calling the knick-knack fouls or no calls at all. I feel like they've stayed in the middle.
As an athlete, is that what you're looking for, consistency?
Yeah, if you're for an athlete and a player on the court, you're either going to say either keep it calling tic-tac fouls so I know how to adjust my game that way, or keep it to where you're not going to call very many calls, because if you switch up, it's very hard to adjust halfway through.
On the court, you're extremely competitive. How do you shake off a bad call?
Just know that there's always next play. Yes, the bad call may affect you right now, but know that you just have to look up at the scoreboard and say there's a heck of a lot of time left in this game. You got to play through it and don't let that one call affect what you do.
Is that something you had to learn over the years?
Yeah, my freshman year I didn't fully understand that, but between talking other players on the team and other coaches around the league, it's just a big thing you have to learn growing up, is saying, hey, there's always next play.
44-20 was the score with 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Walton in command. Worcester at the free throw line with Sophia Adams. Sophia shooting two. Worcester hasn't had a lot of chances at the free throw line tonight. They just haven't been able to get into an offensive flow where they could put pressure on the Walton defense, have they?
No, they have not. And Walton's playing a very stingy man-to-man or 2-3 zone defense, which can disrupt a lot of teams and how you try and set up your offense.
10 seconds left in the quarter. There's a whistle against Worcester as Jacqueline Gransberry was hustling down the left side of the court. Jacqueline Gransbury shoots first of 2 and hits it. 5'5" freshman.
She had a very good game tonight.
She's got a nice future, doesn't she, in this
Yes,
sport?
she does. The Walton Girls program has a bright future with all these young talents up here.
It does, big time. Second shot by Gransbury is also good. 46-21. As we get set for the fourth quarter. So after 3, you score Walton 46, Worcester 21. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter coming up on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. So Dylan, as we get set for the fourth quarter, Coach Baca is just going to continue to rotate girls in, give everybody a lot of playing time.
Yeah, he should. With a big lead like this, you know that you can throw your stars back in at any moment, control the tempo of the game, and control the score. But right now is a good chance to see how much depth you have going into those tight games down the road.
And maybe also the fact that it's a tournament situation, so the girls are going to be back playing again in 2 days. You want your starters well rested.
Yeah, you want to keep your key players well rested, so you'll see him start to rotate some people in and out of games to keep their legs fresh. And plus to give those people on the bench their playing time that, if Bacchus doesn't see them being a key player on the team, that they're getting right now.
This looks like a team that can rotate girls in and out. I think it's a very interchangeable looking team.
He subbed in every girl tonight. I feel like they have not skipped a beat all night, so I feel like I agree with you.
And again, we'll have the boys tip-off opener tomorrow night. Walton taking on Sullivan West. We'll have that game for you approximately 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Walton inbounding right in front of us. McCara McGibbon, number 22. To Grace Reinhardt, back to the Walton lineup. Walton working it inside. And the layup is good by Mackenzie Clough. Good ball rotation. This team looked very sharp for the first game of the season.
They put in a lot of work in the offseason to see how that they've adjusted to each other very well.
You like the chemistry on the team too, don't you?
Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have big chemistry to start games off and with the season because that can benefit you going down the road.
Walton with another opportunity. Shot in the corner is good. No good. Warriors with another chance. Shot doesn't fall. Rebounded this time to Worcester. One minute played in the fourth quarter. 48-21 Warriors continue to lead.
I can officially say as a point guard, this is the first defense I cannot tell you what they are playing.
Have you? Now that's about as honest an answer that I've ever heard. Have you been in that situation before where you were playing and you weren't sure what the defense was? Ooh. Mackenzie Clough taking a hard fall. She's going to shake that off.
Looks like she rolled her ankle on that last layup.
Yeah, she went down hard under the basket. Coach Backus out attending to her. Yeah. Big hand as Mackenzie comes off the court. Obviously, we don't know how bad it is, but what a loss that would be for the Warriors this early in the season if she misses any extended time.
That'd be a big loss. She's a big key to this team and the future forward.
In obvious pain as she's being taken out of the gym. They'll take a look at the ankle. If it was an ankle, looked like she rolled an ankle. Just got caught and took a bad fall. Back to game, and Walton continues to lead. This time 50-23 is the score. We hear any news tomorrow for the boys' game on Mackenzie Clough, of course, we'll let you know.
And to answer your question before,
I was just about to re-ask that, yes.
So far in my 3 years of varsity basketball, I've been able to figure out every defense that has been thrown my way, but there's a whole nother year, so who knows what will be thrown at me this year.
There you go. As you're bringing the ball down the court, how long does it take you to determine what a defense is?
Depends. If it's after a made shot, they'll generally tell you as soon as you get the ball, like, hey, I'm in a 2-3 zone. But if it's on a fast break, you just go with the flow and try and make the right reads off of it.
Sounds easy. I'm sure it's not quite that simple.
It's not easy at all. You have to think very lightly on your feet and make the right reads, because one split-second decision could change it from a made layup or made three to a turnover going the other way.
Sure. 5:39 left in the game. Walton continuing to lead 50-23. Walton Central School District YouTube Live. There's a whistle foul on Worcester. Going to line for the Warriors, Jacqueline Gransberry.
This will be a good test for Walton to see how they play without their leading scorer for tonight in Mackenzie Cliff.
Well, we sure hope she's well. Obviously a very talented athlete. You always want to see any athlete continue to compete. And it would be a shame to have the matchup where we're looking forward to two nights where one of the teams is shorthanded.
Yeah, it would be a shame to see both teams not at full strength. It's going to be a very good game between Walton and Deposit Hancock.
Definitely could be. At the same time, you've got to look at the big picture, long range, the season ahead. Health first.
Yeah, health comes first, and if you miss a few games here and there, it'll be all right, because going in later in the year with healthy buys versus other teams maybe not healthy buys, it'll be a big difference.
It's a long season, isn't it?
It is a very long season. 20 games. Game one, you get hurt, you might want to be able to take a couple off, but if she can bounce back quick on Thursday, we'd love to see it. Remember anything from last year's game? Lacey Drake had 45 in that championship game against Walton. That was a very up-tempo game.
She absolutely dominated the game from start to finish. She did. I remember well. I remember watching that saying, who is that girl?
The first time you see her, you'll be like, man, she's really good. But ever since then, the name will be forever stuck in your head.
She's one of those people, the best way I can describe it, she just makes every aspect of the game look easy.
She does, and she knows how to get her teammates involved very well.
Yes, she does.
She knows how to make the game come easy to them as well as just herself. Also, probably a very easy job coaching her, too.
Oh, she's like a coach on the court.
Yeah. And that's what a good point guard does. You can have a coach on the sidelines, but also in need situation, you can have a coach on the court.
Warriors get a nice inside shot. Well done, McCarroll McKibben with the basket, 54-23. Warriors continue to dominate. Outside shot doesn't go. Rebound comes off to Lauren Frank, 5'5" junior. Walton has a lot of ball handlers on this team, don't they?
Yes, they do. They're very guard heavy this year, and that's not a lot of things you see from a lot of teams around the area. And it could be a big success coming down the road, because then you can push the tempo with anyone dribbling the ball up and down the court.
Well, with today's game, with the shot clock and the fast pace, the more guards and ball handlers you have, the better.
Yes, a lot of teams are going to a very small ball type lineup where there's a lot more guards and a lot more athletic people and no longer bigs on the court.
Well, not only this level, the college level as well. It's turning to a small man's game. And it's kind of exciting, you know?
Yeah, it is. A lot of people look forward to the up-tempo pace of games instead of the old, I don't want to say old-fashioned, but I guess old-fashioned style of basketball where it's break your defense down at half-court offense and slow the game down.
Let me ask you a question. How do you think you would have played in a game where there was no shot clock, which at one time there wasn't?
I feel like it would be very difficult. I know in some high schools around the area, not around the area, but like I believe in Florida they play with the no shot clock rule in high school.
Okay. Oh, still today?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
I think a couple of years ago a team won a game 4-0 because they just held the ball.
Wow. Wow.
That would be a very slow-paced game.
I once watched an ACC game in a tournament between Duke and North Carolina where Duke led at halftime 10-0. Carolina did not match up with them. They went to their, what they used to call their famous four-corner offense and just held the ball. That was the score at halftime.
As a player, I don't know if I could play that style of game as a player, just because I like the up-tempo, see if you make the decisions just as fast as I can type game.
That's where it becomes difficult comparing eras because the game today is so much different than even 10 years ago.
Oh, yes, easily. And you hear players talk about it to where they're like, I don't know if I could play in this era because it's so much different with the rules and the style of play even 5 years ago.
But you know the truth? If you're an athlete, you'd adjust. You'd play it. You'd figure it out.
If you're a strong athlete, you can make adjustments on the fly and adjust the game.
May not enjoy it as much, but yeah.
Yes, the games may not be as entertaining to watch or maybe even more entertaining to watch, but as a good athlete, you have to be able to adjust on the fly.
The game when there was no shot clock, to me, it was more of a coach's game. Now it's more of a player's game.
I feel that. I feel like now it's a lot more of a player's game because you only have 35 seconds to get a shot up, so you have to be able to create on your own. But I feel like with no shot clock, you, as a coach, you have to be able to design up a good game plan to either score on the other team or stop the other team.
2:42 to left in this game, 59-26, Walton with the lead. Warriors again with that defense coming back the other way. Taking it strong to the basket. Shot doesn't go that time for Jacqueline Gransberry. And a foul on Walton.
Ron, what was it like to watch that Duke-North Carolina game where it was 10-0?
Honestly, I loved it. I loved the four-corner game. I did. It was, and I can't even describe why I liked it, but it was so much different. But yeah, it was tense.
Yeah.
And when you were overmatched, there was nothing else they could do. It was within the rules, so you could do that. But there was so much spacing, and yeah, just a different game, totally different game.
What style do you like more, that type of game or a game like this where it's up and down the court?
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the shot clock, but that's as honest as I can get with you.
All right.
I guess it's what you grow up with.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like it's the same thing with like the NFL and like the rules on like quarterbacks and stuff like that.
Yes, it's. I'm not a big fan of over officiating, so you know.
I feel like I would love to be a kid back in like the late 80s, early 90s, watching basketball and football where the rules weren't really there and there was a lot of talent that was being played, and you had to have a good coach to win games.
Yes. Well, again, it's always different. What I do like about the game today, it seems like it's more of a safety-first game, which I like a lot. And one area of that is concussions.
Yes.
They're very concerned about concussions, where before you could do almost anything. They didn't worry about those things. And so I think safety first is a good thing at all levels.
Yeah, you see a lot of the rules in basketball where like you can't extend out on shooters too far. You have to give them a nice place to land so that, like rolled ankles don't happen. It's good to see that they're caring more about the athlete's health now, not just the play.
Could not agree more. Dylan, a minute 45 to go in this game. 59-27, Walton with the lead. Your thoughts on this game, and the Walton team?
They seem to be very good. They love to run out in transition as Worcester comes out and scores in transition. Walton seems to be able to switch up defenses and play full court tight pressure. And they have a very good young core, and they have a good, strong scorer in Mackenzie Clough, who we hope to see Thursday night.
We sure do. Now, we also mentioned that Lacey Drake had 45 points against this team last year. How do they match up with her? What do you do? How do you take the game away from her?
I feel like you can't really stop her because of how effective she is, so you can try and slow her down. That's a lot easier said than done. But
it is.
Just try and see her reads from what she's been doing most of the game. Like the first quarter is going to be a bit of a learning curve for the Walton team to see what she likes to do and where she likes to read things. But as the game later goes on, you'll be able to see, all right, she likes to do this a little bit more to where maybe the Walton can capitalize on that.
Well, we look for a great game coming up on Thursday night, the championship game between Deposit, Hancock, and Walton, and we'll have that game for you. And, of course, we certainly hope that Mackenzie Clough is able to go for the Warriors. She left a few minutes ago with an ankle injury. We wish her well. She's an important part of what this team wants to do. 55 seconds left in this one, 59-29, Walton dominating. Got off to a great start tonight, never looked back. It was 7-0, I think we played a minute.
They really did. Walton, basketball is a big game of runs, and I feel like Walton just continued that run through all 4 quarters.
$59-29, Worcester with the ball. We talk about the 59 points that Walton's put up, but their defense has held Worcester to 29, so they've played well at both ends of the floor.
Yes, they have. The key saying is offense wins games, but defense wins championships, and Walton's proving that they have a very strong defensive team this year.
Foul called against Walton that time. Haley Gardner, number 44, picking up the personal. 5'7" senior, and going to the line shooting free throws. Number 14 is Haley Scheller. Scheller's free throw goes in and out. 31 seconds remaining, 59-29. So you're going to join us later in the season for another live stream?
If you want me back, I will definitely gladly be back.
Let me put it this way. You're welcome anytime.
All right.
Closing seconds of the game. Walton by 30, by 29 with the ball. Long shot outside doesn't fall. Rebound again for the Warriors. Grace Ariana Gutierrez with the ball for the Warriors, coming up with the ball. Now the last closing seconds. And there's the final score. So Walton defeats Worcester by a score of 59-30. Warriors led 46-21 at the half. Your final score 59-30. Dylan Jacob, your final thoughts on this game?
Walton played a very good game on both ends of the court between pushing the tempo and playing a very stingy defense. And it makes for a very interesting game come Thursday against Deposit Hancock.
And by the way, congratulations to the Warriors on their win tonight. Best of luck to you and the Walton boys varsity basketball team tomorrow night. Looking forward to that one.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm Ron Golley for Dylan Jacob for Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Back tomorrow.